Hello, sweet friends. Welcome to Yoga with Rachel, and also welcome to your yoga practice for chronic pain relief. So today's practice is going to be super gentle, supportive, nourishing, and loving. I invite you to pause the video now to grab any items that you believe may support you in today's practice, such as some pillows, blankets, couch cushions, yoga blocks, whatever you think you need. Bring it to your space. And you can also do a portion of this practice from your chair or a couch. And eventually we will be making our way down to the ground at some point in the practice, so just keep that in mind. And finally, I invite you to wear something extra comfy today. You can even dim the lights to set the mood. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, sweet friends. So you can begin today's practice from a chair or a couch. If you do decide upon that option, I invite you to sit near the middle of your seat, so that way your feet can rest firmly on the ground. If you decide to join me down on the ground on your mat, I invite you to sit up on a folded blanket or two. You could also choose to sit up on a pillow or even a meditation cushion. Totally up to you. And when you land, wherever you land today, I just invite you to find a comfortable seat. So this could be a cross-legged position. It could be one leg in front of the other. Again, if you are on a couch or a chair, allow your feet to firmly rest on the ground, toes pointing forward. All right. Take a loving breath in through your nose. And then breathe out through your mouth. I now invite you to place your left hand on your heart space and then gently place your right hand on your belly. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, either look down and past your nose, or you can close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out. This time as you breathe in, just notice where you feel the breath moving your hands. And then breathe out. This time as you breathe in, I invite you to direct the breath down to your belly, so where your right hand is resting. And then breathe out. Breathe in, sending the breath down to your belly. And then breathe on out. So as you play around with your breath here, I invite you to soften any areas of tension on the breath out. So perhaps we inhale together. And then as you breathe out, melt the shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in. Breathe out to perhaps soften your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out to soften through your feet, your toes. So you take it away. Notice areas of tension in your body. And then just use the breath out to soften those areas. The breath is such an amazing tool. Just inviting and reminding our nervous system to press pause, so that way we can relax, restore, and maybe even perhaps feel better. One more breath cycle here. All right, release your hands to your thighs. I invite you to keep your eyes closed for this if this feels better, or you can open up your eyes, it's all good. All right, let's nod our head, so chin towards the sky, but still maintain length through the back of the neck. We're just opening up through the throat. And then slowly releasing the chin closer towards your chest. And then bring your head back to center as you slowly draw your chin to your right shoulder, so that we are looking past the right shoulder. Keep your breath flowing. And then bringing your head back through center as you look towards the left. And then bring your head back to center as you slowly drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, just going to a point where you feel a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. And then back through center, and then taking it over towards the left side, left ear towards left shoulder. And then back through center. I now invite you to just draw some semicircles with your nose, taking things nice and slow. If you feel any pain or discomfort, please back out of this movement. You know your body best. And then eventually bring your head back over your heart space, finding stillness. Breathe in through your nose. And then as you breathe out, open up your eyes. And you know what? Just take a look. Take a look around your room. Notice anything. Notice your surroundings. Pay attention to what perhaps you hear in your space. Taking in the smells of the room, hopefully all good smells. And if not, it's okay too. Wonderful. All right, I now invite you to send your right hand across your chest over towards the left side, and then place your left hand on your right shoulder, and then just slide that left hand down the right arm towards your wrist. Just exploring a nice little stretch here. Loop your right shoulder, creating a little bit of space, and permission to wiggle your fingers. You can even rotate through your right wrist. Just finding some easy movement here that will feel loving and supportive in the body today. Beautiful, let's release that stretch and then take it over to the other side. So your right hand just gliding down the left arm, exploring a beautiful stretch over here. And once again, you can find some movement with your left hand and wrist. Wonderful. Let's release that. As we release the fingertips to the ground or to your chair or at your sides. As you breathe in, slowly send both hands high into the sky, but take up space as you do this, spreading through your fingers. Reaching up overhead, imagine that you are reaching for the stars. Breathe in to breathe some love into all four sides of your torso, so the belly, the side body, and the back body. And then breathe on out to find a gentle twist to your right, releasing your left hand to your right thigh and your right fingertips to the earth, or to your chair, or to your right shoulder. Totally up to you. Breathe in to lift on up through your heart. And then just use the breath to just guide you a little bit deeper into this twist. So we're just wringing out any tension in the body. Once again, I invite you to direct the breath downwards, using your exhale to just soften any areas of tension in the body. On your next breath in, send both hands high into the sky, reaching. And then breathe on out to find your gentle twist to the left. Breathe in to sit up nice and tall. And then breathe on out to journey a little bit deeper into your twist. Choose an option here that feels loving and supportive today. And each day will be different, right? So just acknowledge where you are today. Meet yourself wherever you are. And I do invite you to think kind and loving thoughts as best as you can. On your next breath in, send both hands to the sky. And then breathe on out to float your hands back down to your sides. Release your right fingertips to the ground, or if you are on a chair, grab the right side of your seat. As you breathe in, send the left hand to the sky, and then breathe on out to reach over towards the right side, finding a side body stretch. And you can stay lifted on your fingertips, or you can come on down to the right palm, totally up to you. We're breathing some love into the left side body, especially in the rib cage area. And whenever I'm here, I like to find some gentle and easy movement. So I just kind of like move my left thumb back in space and then my pinky forward. Breathe in here, and then breathe on out to come back to center, releasing your left fingertips to the ground. Breathe in, right hand to the sky, and then breathe on out to reach over towards the left side. So we are staying grounded in the right side body, staying heavy in that right hip. Breathe in here, and then breathe on out to come back to center, rising up. Beautiful. Release your palms to your kneecaps. As you breathe in, reach your heart forward, lift your chin, send the tailbone back in space. And then breathe on out to send it on back, round through the back body, hugging the belly button in towards your spine, chin towards your chest. Breathe in to come forward, loop your shoulders, lift your heart, lift your chin, and then breathe on out to round through the back body. Breathe in, coming forward. Breathe out, sending it back. One more round on your own time. And then whenever you are ready, I invite you to sit up tall through the staircase of your spine, head over heart and heart over your pelvis. So my darling friends, we are going to make our way down to the ground if you're not already there. So if you decided to join us today from a chair or a couch, please make your way down to the ground now. You can sit up on a pillow, a blanket. And if you feel like it's just not simply right in your body today to come on down to the ground, feel free to allow this video to continue to roll. You can do some gentle stretches, you can breathe with us. So it's totally up to you. You are in the driver's seat, and let's show some love and respect to our body, our mind, and our beautiful spirit. All right. So if you are on the ground, again, you can sit up on a folded blanket or a pillow. I invite you to hug your left heel in and then send your right leg out long on a diagonal to your body. Let's flex through the right toes so that way the toes are pointing towards the sky, and we're staying heavy in the left side body here. Wonderful. Take a loving breath in. And then as you breathe out, just fold forward slightly, releasing your fingertips to the ground. Tuck in the chin slightly, lengthening through the back of the neck. And I like to imagine that I'm looking at my reflection in a body of water out in front of me here. So there is an option to stay here as you stretch on out through the back of the right leg, or you can take a pillow if you have one. Place it out in front of you or a folded blanket. You can lower your palms onto that item, or maybe even come on down to the forearms for a deeper stretch. So totally up to you. You are in the driver's seat, so I invite you to just go inward and listen to your body. And wherever you are, bring that breath. All right, slowly begin to rise on up. And you guessed it, we're just going to take it over to the other side. Right heel comes in, left leg out long. We are flexing through the left toe, so we're staying nice and active. You may even want to explore spreading through your left toes if that feels good. And once again, there is an option to fold forward slightly, or you can use an item just to explore a bit of a deeper stretch. Totally up to you. The side may feel a little bit different in comparison to the other side, so just acknowledge that and breathe into the area or areas where you are feeling a lovely stretch. Take a loving breath in through your nose and then breathe out. Slowly begin to roll on up through your spine. Place your pillow or your blanket off to the side just for a moment. You may wish to use it again. Bring the left leg in. Place both feet on the ground with your knees pointing up towards the sky. And you may want to just place your fingertips on the ground at your sides just to support you in this transition. Let's begin to walk the feet together, the soles of your feet connect, and then allow the legs to open up like a book. So butterfly legs. So we are going to explore a few options. Again, we're all different in terms of our anatomy and also in terms of how we're feeling. So I'm going to give us all a few options to explore. If you do have yoga blocks, couch cushions, pillows, blankets, whatever you have, you can place them underneath your legs for support as a way to lift the earth up to meet you. Another option is to really walk your heels out. So out and away from your body, like so. So we're really creating a narrow diamond shape in the middle. You can place, a pillow or maybe even a blanket underneath your legs here if you wish. And then you can fold forward slightly, allowing your fingertips to rest on the earth right by your feet, if that feels good. And for me personally, I love to come to butterfly pose because not only is it a sweet hip opener, but it does allow me to give my feet a loving massage. And I know a massage may not be for everyone, but if it is your thing or if you want to give it a try, feel free to do so. So we are going to take the thumbs to the arches of the feet and just begin massaging your feet wherever it feels nice. You can massage your toes, the heels, the tops of your feet. And if you've been standing on your feet all day, or just even having your feet in shoes, right? They may be sore or tender, and just a gentle massage may be all that they need to feel a little bit better. Once again, I invite you to bring that breath as a way to calm down the nervous system, to keep us grounded and anchored in the present moment. Take a loving breath in through your nose and then sigh it out through your mouth. All right, so if your legs are out here, you can just bring them on in. We're all going to close the legs now. And now we are going to lay on our backs. So feel free to keep your items nearby as you may wish to use those items as we lay on our backs. If you do have a hair elastic in or any kind of clip, you can take that out now. The name of the game will be comfort and ease and just love. So do what you need to do, friends, and join me down on your back. And whenever you do arrive there, I just invite you to take a full body stretch, spreading through the fingers and toes. Permission to yawn and just find any movement that will feel really great for you right here, right now, even if that just means stillness. All right, now walk both of your feet up towards your bum, knees pointing towards the sky. As you hug your right knee in towards your chest, interlace your fingers and then place your hands on your shin. All right, my darling friends, there is an option to stay here with the sole of your left foot on the ground, or if it feels okay in your body, you can send the left leg out long. Point both toes towards the sky. Tuck in your chin slightly just to lengthen through the back of your neck. Once again, sending the breath down to your belly. Using your exhale to just soften any areas of tension. I just noticed that my shoulders were creeping on up towards my ears. That is a natural tendency that I have. It can create a lot of, tension in my body, which then can lead to some pain. So I'm just going to be mindful of that. All right, slide your left foot in, stamping the sole of your left foot down on the ground, and then interlace your fingers behind your right thigh as you slowly send your right toes towards the sky, and then flex through that foot so that way your toes are pointing towards your face. Permission to keep a generous bend in your right knee. And right here you can rotate through your right ankle. Just encouraging some gentle movement. We are allowing the blood to flow in the opposite direction. So if your legs are feeling sore or tired, this will be a lovely stretch to just send some energy or some life back to your legs and to your feet. All right, breathe in. Breathe out to slowly release your right foot down to the ground. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Option to stay here, or you can send your right leg out long. Both sets of toes point towards the sky. Soften through your jaw by parting your teeth. Parting the lips ever so slightly. All right, begin to slowly slide your right foot back in towards your bum. So your knee is pointing towards the sky. Interlace your fingers around your left hamstring as you slowly direct your left toes towards the sky. Once again, pointing the toes towards your face. And then permission to rotate through your left ankle if that feels good. So the hamstrings may be feeling a little bit tight, so feel free to keep a very generous bend in your left knee, even if that means that you bring the knee, so that way the back of the knee is at a 90-degree angle. Totally okay. It's all good, friends. Once again, I invite you to just meet yourself wherever you are today. Each day will be different. All right, take a breath in through your nose, and And as you breathe out, release your left foot down to the ground. So both feet are resting on the ground, heels towards the bum. And then begin to slowly walk your feet towards the long edges of your mat. Toes turn out slightly, heels point in. And then allow the knees to come in together. So that way we are getting a little internal rotation throughout the hips. Send your arms from left to right. And then bend at your elbows to find cactus arms. So just exploring a generous stretch across the entire chest. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath your heart space to really open on up through the heart here. A gentle heart opener. If you haven't done so already, I invite you to close your eyes. Allow the fingertips to curl in and become soft. Bring your attention to your breath. Just noticing where the breath is moving you. Are you getting fuller and deeper breath cycles now? Perhaps you found that at the beginning of our practice, the breath was mostly in the heart or in the chest area. And now you're finding that you're able to get fuller, deeper breath cycles, directing the breath down to the belly. And I should mention that it's all good if that's not the case. It's just something to take note of. So my darling friends, there is an option to stay here if this is feeling really supportive and restorative. If you would like, you can send your legs out long on your mat and just allow your hands and your arms to rest at your sides, taking up space with your legs and your arms. You can get extra cozy here by placing a pillow or folded blanket underneath your head and your neck. Whew, that feels lovely for me. If you are feeling cold, you can place a blanket over top of your entire body. You can take a folded blanket and just place it on your pelvic area for extra support, comfort. And wherever you land, I invite you to close your eyes. You're going to scan the body, looking for any remaining areas of tension. Using the breath to help us soften those areas. So I invite you to send your attention down to your feet and your toes, perhaps just giving them a little shake. Allowing the feet to grow heavy. And then visualize releasing tension from your shins, your calf muscles, all the way to your quads and your hamstrings, just allowing them to grow heavier, sinking more fully into the earth. And then to your pelvis, maybe just giving the hips a little wiggle here to encourage a sweet softening and release. Check in with your glute muscles. Sometimes we're clenching the bum without even realizing it. So can you soften that area? Then checking in with your fingers, hands, arms. Sending your attention to your torso. Perhaps visualizing just tension spilling off of your back body and onto the ground beneath you. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Relaxing through the neck, the throat. All the way up to the skin of your face. Parting your teeth and your lips. Softening through your brow bone. Perhaps just noticing your whole body being supported by the ground beneath you. Noticing what thoughts are coming into your mind, acknowledging those thoughts, maybe even just saying hi to them, and then just using the exhale to say goodbye or let it go. Returning to your breath. The breath serving as an anchor, keeping you rooted here in the present moment. All right, I invite you to pause the video if you wish to stay here longer. If you do need to carry on with your day, I invite you to find some gentle movement with your fingers and with your toes. Find some movement with your tongue, such as moving your tongue in a circle on the roof of your mouth. And then open up your eyes. Remove your blanket if you were using one. And then walk your feet in towards your body as you hug your knees in towards your chest. And then melt the knees to one side, making your way through a fetal position, using the bottom arm as a pillow. And then your top hand presses on into the ground beneath you to help you rise on up and find a seat on your mat. Taking your time, it's all good. And whenever you do happen to arrive there, I invite you, I'm really zenned out. I invite you to give yourself a loving hug. Bow your head, mind to heart. You can find a gentle sway here from side to side if that feels good. And as you are here, I invite you to say one kind thing to yourself. This could be a word, it could be a full sentence, it could be an affirmation. You can say it in your head or out loud, totally up to you. So I invite you to take this word or sentence or affirmation with you off of the mat. So that way, if and when things become challenging throughout the day, that you have that to return back to. So for example, mine is, I am love. So whenever I may be experiencing pain in my jaw or in my neck, I'll just remind myself that I am love, and I feel like that those words will definitely have power and can potentially help shift my mindset or perspective in the moment. All right, bring your hands together and then to your heart. Take a loving breath in through your nose and then breathe on out through your mouth to bow your head. Thank you for being here. An invitation to close our practice together by saying Namaste.